This video is brought to you by Roguedeckbuilder.com. Purchase a playmat today and help us make the move to our new studio. We have over 10 playmats to choose from. Visit Roguedeckbuilder.com. Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com with match number 3. We have another awkward hand. It comes into play tap, doesn't allow us for the first turn. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Again, 21 lands, you're going to run into a lot of hands like this. Unfortunately, this is going to be mulligan as well, and this is about as best of a hand I can hope for with the Soldier of Pantheon and then throw an Aqua's Form. Looks like we're going to have another green Devotion deck. These decks are turning out to being the new boring, tier 1 deck that you're going to play against every other game. Pack those angers and end hostilities, I guess, is my advice. Let's go for a first turn Soldier Pantheon is fine. I don't actually like Soldier in this matchup or the Auric Bondkin, but we will be able to hook up an Aqueous Form. I think I will just actually put out a Bondkin, and then I can at least start outlasting this guy. I don't know if I even like this card in here. I think a third Seeker is just better than the Bondkin. Why I put this in here is all your heroic guys are going to be able to get +1/+1 counters, but First Strike a lot of the times isn't the ability that you want them to have. Trample would be better, Flying would be better, and I have taken out the Flying guy as he just seemed to be a little bit slow. Your third drop you want to be casting Brimaz or a Fabled Hero. This is going to be another Naya. This isn't the same person we just played against, but I'm sure this deck is getting very popular. Just any sort of... Okay, well, this is different. This is going to be Reanimator is what it's going to be. So he finds an Nyx Weaver. He'll probably take Aura Sylvan Caryatid, and I do have to worry about Ashen Riders. I do like my chances here though, and this might end up. Depends on what he takes here. If he takes a Nyx Weaver, he's going to take the Caryatid. So I just will Bondkin here instead of Aqueous Form, and that puts out another guy. So Floodstrand, now we're good on lands. We'll go ahead and sack this, and we'll go get, at this point, just another Plains. I don't want to give him any more information. And then we have the Floodstrand to go get the island. So he's down to an 18. And we'll definitely Bondkin here. And that's a Soldier, too. That's crazy. It's not a Warrior. He puts out... I'm sure he puts out Caryatid here. And then leaves the Mystic back. Or he could just put out a Whip here. A Siege Rhino. That hurts. But we have something that can block it all day long. It does 3 life and 3 damage. And Feat of Resistance is kind of cool. So I think I want to keep up God's Willing. I'm going to just go ahead and outlast this guy. Get him bigger each turn. And then we'll keep the Siege Rhino back to be able to block the... Or the Soldier Pantheon back to be able to block the Siege Rhino. And the God's Willing to protect our Soldiers. So Soldier's pretty good in this matchup because it does deal with most of his threats. This deck could be the Ashen Rider version or the Hornet Queen version. Hornet Queen is very hard for us to deal with. This will probably give us information we're looking for. And there is a Necropolis Fiend, which is going to be very deadly, which he takes here. He 100% has to take. He takes a Nyx Weaver. That is very interesting that he takes it over the Fiend unless he has another Fiend in his hand. I wonder if he just decides to cast a Nyx Weaver here. And maybe he doesn't understand how the Soldier of Pantheon actually works. As I'll just block there. Oh, I take trample damage. So yeah, that That guy has trample too. Jeez, that is a very good card. So I'm going to end up taking 3 damage. And it's going to be a Caryatid that comes out. So Fabled Hero, I can't protect anything this moment. I think what we just do is we attack in with the Ariok, and I have to put out the Fabled Hero. It's the one thing that will get me back in this. No, we don't attack in with anything. We leave it all back because we can... Fabled Hero and Auric Bondkin is enough to kill a Siege Rhino. Worthy ends up taking the Nyx Weaver. Really wish I would have another land just to protect this guy. But we have first strike damage available to kill off the Siege Rhino. If he attacks into it, then I know he's got something up his sleeve. 3 cards in hand. Hopefully nothing instant speed. Because oh boy, do we have a mean little combo coming up. A lot of damage for the Fabled Hero. In fact, I don't even know if I care about Siege Rhino damage here. It's just going to be a Satyr Wayfinder. Going to mill himself. Which finds him nothing. There's the Empty the Pits. It is an Ashen Rider. I do have to worry about that later on. So Empty the Pits, Siege Rhino, Ashen Rider, Siege Rhino. And he has to put them all in the graveyard. I'm sure he puts out a Nyx Weaver here. But geez, he can really fill up his graveyard for that Empty the Pits. Gain a life with the Nyx Weaver. This allows him, he can attack in now with the Siege Rhino. Well, he can, but I'll first strike it down. As he only has 1 mana open, which he could delve. Does he have the delve card? We'll see. So can I do 20 damage in 1 turn is the big question before I get beat down with a lot of damage here. So, yeah, he can just go back and get the Empty the Pits. I don't know if that even matters, though. Because this will be a 2-turn clock, most likely. Yeah, puts a counter on it. We're going to put the Flooded Strand out now, and now that we attack with it, to do 6 damage. He'll be down to a 15, so actually this might not be enough. So we'll scry here and put that on bottom. We actually, he's too late at the moment. And just do 6 here. Okay, so Feat of Resistance, I'll do 10, and then the next turn will be it will be a kill. I don't know if that matters. If we just take him down, we can do 15 the next turn, or doesn't matter. 1 card in hand. He has no removal in his, and not enough to get the Ashen Rider back. We'll keep up both. He's down to an 18 or a 15. And he's going to put 2 cards in his graveyard, though. Which is 2 Murderous Cuts. Which now actually he can Nyx Weaver and get back a Murderous Cut. But I will have ways to protect my Fabled Hero. Two ways, actually. And he's gonna Satyr Wayfinder for even more shenanigans, but that can only get a land, and it does find him a land, but I don't even know at this point if that even matters. And it's going to be a a Heath, which actually, you know what? This could put him at the crucial 14, which is a lot easier to hit than 15 because this guy's going to do evens, not odds. So I'm sure Nyx Weaver, he's going to sack here. To grab a Murderous Cut. Commune? He grabs a Commune? What is he doing here? What can he do with a Commune? So he is down to that 14. He needs to find one card that is really strongly overpowered, but what is... There's his Necropolis Regent. Does he want that? He can't even put it out. He doesn't have his Delve card. He does have mana for it, though, for Murderous Cut. So, I mean, I kind of want to use Feat of Resistance and a turn to pump up my dude. But then again, I don't know if I need to, as this will be a 4-4, a 5-5, a 6-6, so one off. We are one off from getting in there for lethal. So again, I think what we just do is we attack in with the Fabled Hero. See if he actually has that Delve card. Aqueous Form is fine. It actually gives us another unblockable creature next turn for whatever reason. And we can go ahead and throw out a Favored Hoplite. Yeah, we can. Well, no, we can't, because then we'll... No, that's fine. We'll go ahead and throw out a Favored Hoplite. And he's got one turn to live here. He did take the Necropolis Regent. That does have Summoning Sickness, though. So one card is absolutely the Necropolis Regent. Look at his graveyard. His graveyard's insanely full. Weird that he's actually exiling creatures out of his graveyard. You'd think he'd want creatures. So Murderous Cut, which we will, God's willing, right now. Yeah, because either way, we're going to get him up to 4. So we're going to give protection from black. The other Murderous Cuts are in his graveyard. And if this protection from black goes off here, he can't really do anything at that point. We can scry. We want the Aqueous Form. So pro-black. We'll put that on top. And I don't think he's got any more answers. Yep, goes to the sideboard. So against his deck that likes to kill one creatures, he has a lot of Disdainful Stroke in this matchup is what this is meant for. Swan Song I think is pretty good too, because he is going to try to utilize some Empty the Pits type cards. So, and then even Stubborn Denial seems very good in this match. We'll bring in the other Aqueous Form. What we won't bring in is, like, Launch the Fleets are pretty bad in this. Brim Oz, I don't even think needs to come in, because the Rhinos, we need stuff that get around Rhinos, or get us to the point where we can get around Rhinos. So Seeker of the Way can come out too. So this is going to put us at pretty low. I'm not, again, the more and more I play these Soldier of the Pantheons, I'm not a big fan of them. I don't think that I can do enough damage with them, so maybe a one of Brim Oz is just better. Or a Spear of Heliod. A Spear of Heliod does take care of his guys trying to attack in. So I'm going to submit this. I don't think I need to put in anything else. Do we want to go the Brahmas route, though, with Launch the Fleet, is the question. This is really low on creatures. 12 creatures. I don't even know if I can go 12 creatures. So maybe Brahmas has to come back in. Because our Spear of Helo gets pretty awful if there's actually nothing to. Well, yeah, I'm going to bring in one of Brahmas at least. And we just have to have this Launch the Fleet actually can come out for the other Brahmas. I'm thinking is okay. I'm going to submit this. Keepable hand. We have a Temple of Enlightenments that's going to scry away anything but a land. 4 Brahmas, Ajani's Presence, Stubborn Denial. Our favorite Hoplite's going to get hopefully big enough for it. And actually, we're gonna go first turn favorite Hoplite with a Mana Confluence, and then second turn we'll be able to keep the Stubborn Denial up, which could counterspell a Commune if I care about a Commune. You know what? I can't race a Commune anyway, so it will be the Temple, depending on what I draw here. No, now I want the Aqueous form. Yep, I want the favorite Hoplite out. So it's going to favorite Hoplite. And then I have more options next turn. Yep. So now I think it's Stubborn Denial. We have another one, though. What would he put out for? No, I don't even think I care about a Commune. So I am just going to add, right now, an Aqueous form to the favorite Hoplite. And then we'll have 2 scries now. I'll have the first scry with the Temple of Enlightenment. Which unfortunately does not. Uh-oh. I hope I just didn't click through my attack. Sometimes it does this on MTGO, where it clicks through and I click OK. That's going to go definitely on bottom. I don't want 2 of them at this point. And we'll attack in with the favorite Hoplite, which will scratch another card, which we can put another favorite Hoplite on the bottom. Now, can he Commune and delve enough cards with Commune? Yes, he can. He can actually Commune here, drop a land, and be able to have 4 cards in the graveyard. But not this way. Not if he does put a Malady into play. So this is looking pretty good, especially with Stubborn Denials and Ajani's Presence being indestructible. He could have a Bile Blight. If he does have a Bile Blight, I'm going to be in terrible, terrible position. As then I'd need to top deck into land. And I think at that point I would put out Brahmas. But it looks for his 2 mana, a Satyr Wayfinder. And he reveals he does not get his land. Hornet Queen, Sylvan Carrot to go to the bin. I'm keeping up that Stubborn Denial to try and counter any sort of reanimation that he tries to do with the Satyr Wayfinder. So let's draw a land here. We do not draw a land. I'm going to go ahead and get in for the attack. And put that on bottom. We do not want another creature. I should have taken this Auric Bondkin out. That was a not a very good card to keep in. Again, the more and more I'm playing the Auric Bondkin, the less I'm liking it. Cool thing is that we can Stubborn Denial and counter anything with the Ajani's Presence, making our favorite Hoplite a 4/4. It's only 4 mana. He can go for reanimation now. Not quite. The Convoke is 6 mana for the reanimation they'd use. That's why the people that are using reanimation, I don't understand why they're not choosing to go for... Oh, so he can grab Whip here. We can always counter that. He cannot grab that Bile Blight. But the Rescue from the Underworld, I think it's just much better in this deck than the Convoke. I understand the Convoke can get out quite quickly with Satyr Wayfinders. Being able to Convoke as well as just your other mana dorks ramping towards the Convoke or towards the Convoke spell. I can't think of what that's called that from M14 that puts a creature from your graveyard onto the battlefield. But these Stubborn Denials are going to be amazing. There's another Johnny's Presence. Will's attacking for 2 again. Scry away. What now? Another battle. All right, well, there's going to be a land somewhere. I think that's the 4th Scry between the Scry lands and the attacks. And we have not hit a land. Oh, MT Joe. Yep, and then we do, if he tries to do anything here, we'll counter it. Any non-creature anyway. You can put a Rhino out. That's fine with me. We have 1 Rhino in the graveyard. No Rhinos in the graveyard. Just Hornet Queens in the graveyard. Web of Erebos. Web of Erebos absolutely needs to be countered. So we are going to a Johnny's Presence. Because he does have the land up for... Oh, that is just annoying that he does have the Sylvan Caryatid up. So Johnny's Presence on the favorite Hoplite. Which gives him +1/+1. As well as another +1/+1. Which now allows us to just completely counter it. Now he can delve and kill off my favorite Hoplite here, but I can't let him have that Whip. But we're okay now. We can counter. Our guy's up to another Johnny's Presence. Okay, MTGO, can you give me a land in maybe 12 turns? 12 turns, is that pretty good? We'll attack in for 3. And put another Hoplite on the bottom. And he's down to an 11. Got one of his reanimation targets taken care of. Looks like he's delving. For a Murderous Cut, which we will give a Johnny's Presence to. Which gives him Indestructible. Okay, so +1/+1 counter comes on impermanently. And there's that. And he had to delve some pretty... Well, delve is important in his deck. He still has enough. And Banishing Light, we can Stubborn Denial it. So I wonder why he didn't... I wonder if he drew into the Murderous Cut, why he didn't do it last turn for the favorite Hoplite in response to me targeting it. I might just be able to win here. Who am I kidding? I can't draw a land here, ever. So what do we scry away at Aqua's form? We don't even want that now. Put him down to a 7. And I can play at least another favorite Hoplite and still keep up that Johnny's Presence. But 2 cards still left in his hand. He's not drawing lands either. He has plenty of lands to cast anything. And he does scoop. So let's just for fun see where in the world is going to be our first land. That is just insane with the MTGO variants. I apologize. Sometimes it just gets to me when all the lands get bunched up. I understand I'm using 21, but it looks like there's quite a bit of a bunch just right here in this little thing. But so far so good with this deck. I'm going to make some changes here, and we'll play the last matchup here. This is Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.